Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Carly and I run a handmade small business called Handmade, and we've got some orders that we need to pack before we start working on some projects we need to do. So I figured we could do that together before we start working on that stuff. So the first one is going to be to Katie, and this is going to, what is Nevada? That's what it is. Any is Nevada. So she has the Kindle and book sleeve in medium. And we got this one here, which is our cottage charm. And she's got a mini tote here. So we'll pack this up too. Put it in some plastic here. And I just like to go through, you know, go over the products and everything, make sure there aren't any strings hanging off. Just double check them. And she got the laptop sleeve, which is this one. I just put these on the website, so feel free to grab them if you want. It's www.marialynnmade.com. And I'm working on putting them in the other prints as well, but for right now, this is the only print that is on the website. So she's got all the matching set, which I think is so cute. So I'll put this in a big poly mailer for packing slip. Try to get as much air out of it as I can. And thank you, Katie, your order is going out. She actually emailed me asking if they were going to be on the website. So thank you for asking about them, and I put them up there for you. So next one is going to my sister Gabby in Ohio. And she got a couple different things. So we're going to kind of go through the list here. So we've got the Cottage Charm patchwork wristlet. And we have the Cottage Charm patchwork keychain wallet. Let me kind of check these as I go. Whoops. Just to make sure. And the large book sleeve in the Cottage Charm. So we'll have to pack this up in a plastic mailer. And again, I just like to put these in the plastic sleeves just to protect them, you know, like I've said before, just to double protect them in case something happens, and, you know, weather and all that. So, and she got 2 Mystery Corner fabric bookmarks, which are right here. We've got a 2-pack. I already put those together. And she got a mini tote as well in the Cottage Charm, which again has the mini floral on the inside. That. She got the AirPods case in Pro on the Matilda, which was that limited edition fabric. Got that. And also the large Matilda book sleeve, which is this one. We'll get a large poly mailer. And thank you, sis. Your order is on the way. I appreciate you. And I love you. All right, next is to Miss Gina. We love Gina. She got the other laptop sleeve in the Cottage Charm. Got that for you. And again, it has the mini floral on the inside. And she is always a returning customer. She always supports me and my business, and I just appreciate her so much. And we'll put her packing slip. And thank you again, Gina. I appreciate you so much. And next we have Dana. This is going to Georgia. She got the buttercup wristlet. And she got one of the patchwork keychain wallets. She got letter B. That's going to be adorable, those two together. And she got the AirPods case in the Pro F, which is going to be the green patchwork. That is a cute set. Let's see. I love seeing all the different things that you guys come up with. Adorable. And she got a prayer quilt. I'm going to give her this one. Packing slip. Miss Dana, your order is going out. Thank you so much. And then we have Jasenia. And she got, this is going to Fort Myers, yay. She got the Eleanor Essentials pouch, which is this one right here. And it has the blue gingham on the inside. This was from our limited edition collection. I believe I have a few of these left. So if you want to get one, grab one. My website is linked down below. I might be able to put that in a small one. Let's see. All right, so that's her Eleanor pouch. And she got the patchwork small zipper pouch in letter B as well. I love these so much. This was one of the ones that she got. So there's only one more on the website of those patchwork small zipper pouches if you guys are interested. And we'll put her packing slip. The air out. Jasenia, your order is going out. Thank you so much. And we have one on Etsy, and she just got a prayer quilt. So we'll put this in a small mailer here with her packing slip. And Anna, your order is going out. I just want to thank you guys so much for all the love and support that you guys have shown me. It truly means the world to me. And I just like packing the orders with you guys and, you know, showing you what other people get. And I just love seeing like the combinations that you get. You know, you saw one that everybody got pretty much all of the same thing. And then you saw one where they kind of mix and match, which I think is awesome. So we have to run a couple errands today. And I want to work on definitely prayer quilts, but I also need to cut out the medium book sleeves and the large and see what fabric I need to go get, because it is the week for fabric is on sale at Hobby Lobby. So I need to go through those and make sure like I get what I need and not just buy stuff randomly, which I do often. And I was going to work on the larger essentials pouches, but I need longer zippers. The ones that I have, it worked, but I got longer ones coming in the mail, so it'll be easier to sew. So I'm just waiting on those. And yeah, I will see you guys in a little bit when I get back from running all my errands. All right, so now we're gonna get to sewing. I've gotten a lot of like little things done, but I need to kind of bring them together. So I've got our medium book sleeves, the liners and the outers and the pockets cut. I've got the large outer liner pockets cut for the large book sleeves or iPad sleeves, but I need to cut the pellon for those. I've got all of these labels for my prayer quilts cut out, and I've got a good chunk of them ready to go. So I'm actually going to sew those, go through this whole pile and see how many we have, because like I said, those are my top seller at market, so I really want to have a lot of those. And I'm working on cutting the fabric for our larger essentials pouches. So I've got a couple of those cut out. I just need to put them on the batting and we'll quilt those. But I think what I'm going to do for right now is just sew all of the prayer quilt labels onto the squares and at least get done with that, so we can at least get kind of like one portion of the project checked off the list there. So yeah, I'm going to work on those and I will update you when I'm done with these, and I'll let you know how long it took me. It's probably going to take me at least, you know, an hour or two. So I will let you guys know when I finish with those. Okay guys, I've got all of the prayer quilts pinned together with the crosses inside. And I just have to be honest, I am struggling this week with staying organized, and like, I think I have too many projects going on and orders that need to go out. So what I'm gonna do is make a list for myself, because I think I'm going crazy. But I'm going to make a list of everything that I need to get done within the next few days. And that way I can, like I said, you know, check it off and I physically know and mentally know that these projects are done. So the first thing I'm going to write is finishing up the prayer quilts. And I did cut myself today at work. It was from the ice in the ice machine, which is weird. I mean, it's happened before, but like an ice cube cut me. So anyways, so I'm so scatterbrained. I don't know what's going on this week. I don't know if it's in the air or what, but I am so scatterbrained. So I need to write this stuff down to get myself in order here. I need to fill up my bobbins, because I like to, rather than just having like one and then, you know, it runs out and you fill it. I got this, I think on Amazon, and I just have the correct bobbins that go in my sewing machine, and I'll just fill all of them up. That way, you know, when it runs out, I can just take one out of here. And it takes a little bit to fill those, maybe like 10 minutes or so, but that way I've got all of them ready to go. I need to cut, what is that called? Pellon, for the medium and large book sleeves. So we'll do those. That order is ready. What else do I need to do? Put the large essentials pouch on some batting. And I did get a Wawak order today, so I got some white webbing, and then I've got larger zippers for the big essentials pouches, because I need to I needed a little bit of a bigger zipper. Those ones that I have for the smaller essentials pouch worked, but I'd rather have a smaller one as well. And I got more thread, and I just keep all of those in there. Eventually I'd like to get a little thread holder and hang that up on the wall. But I need to find a spot for these zippers, and I'll do that in a second. So these are just kind of the same. Let me see if I can get one out here. The same like chunky zippers, but they're longer. So, oh, and they separate, which is fine. I'll put it back together. You guys, I'm telling you, I am a complete mess this week. I don't know what's going on. I truly don't. So just forgive me. This is going to be a chaotic video. So we got those. Okay. Prayer quilts, fill the bobbins, cut the pellon, put the large essentials pouches on some batting. I have 2 tumblers that I need to press, 2 tumbler press for Etsy. And I have 2 more that need an epoxy coat for 2 tumblers over there. One's like a 40-ounce handled, and then one is just a 20-ounce. But I think that's it. I need to work on some epoxy pens for work. So that's what we've got for now. And I did put one order together. It was Vanessa going to Ohio, and she got a medium Goose Meadow cup sleeve. And we'll put this in my drawer here with the webbing. Yeah. And then we've got to cut up those scraps over there. Because again, I have too many scraps now. So after cutting so these are all going to be large essentials pouches, so you can see how many are there. And this is a little sneak peek for Brittany, but she'll probably already have them by the time this video goes out. So making her some large essentials pouches in some Boston Red Sox fabric. So yeah, that's what we've got for now. And we're gonna start and just go down the list and just get all of this finished. I'm gonna start with filling up my bobbins. And then when we're done with that, we'll check it off and move on to the next step. So I've got some coffee, and I'm going to move this out of the way, and we're going to get started, and we're going to get these things done. So let's get to finishing up these prayer quilts. Prayer quilts done. I just have to cut the strings and then do the pinking around the edges. I've got all of the large essentials pouches on the batting. I didn't get to cut the pellon yet, so I've got a little bit on my list, and we're back to a mess here, but that's okay. I've got the 2 cups going, and then I got my 2 cups sublimated for the orders there. So I think what's left on my list here is just to cut up my scraps, pens for work, and then cut the pellon. So it's about 11 o'clock right now, and I'm gonna finish up for tonight, and then I'll see you guys in the morning. Okay, so we have to still cut the pellon for the medium and large book sleeves, do some pens for work, cut up the scraps, and but what I'm gonna finish up right now are these 2 larger essentials pouches that I need to do for my friend Brittany. We're going to finish those up, and then we'll finish up the prayer quilts too. So we still have, a lot on our list, but we're slowly getting it done, and, that's all we can do. I'm not going to stress about it or anything, but we're going to get them done, and I'm going to finish up these 2 bags for her, which will probably be about 2 hours or so. So I will show you guys the process of making these, and I'll show you when they're all finished. And what I do to try to kind of make the quilting process a little bit faster, so you see this is like a super long piece here on the batting. The width is going to be the same like of the cut pieces that I need, but I will double the length. So yeah, so if it's, let's say a bag is 10 high, I will double that. So then we'll go to 20. So that's where I get these long pieces from, and then I'll quilt them. And then what I'll do is I'll cut them down into the pieces that I need. I think it makes it a little bit faster. I could be wrong probably, but it looks like less to me when they're long like this rather than having the individual, because then the stack gets really high and I get overwhelmed. So I just like to do them long pieces like that and doubling them. So we are going to work on quilting those, and then I'll show you the process of the bag. so we've got our liner. I'm gonna do the red with the small white polka dots on the inside. I think that'll be super cute. Show you here. That'll be cute. And also, I have a question for my sewers out there. Do you guys, now this is me, so I had socks on, but when I'm sewing, I have to take the sock off of my foot that's on my pedal because it like slips around and I don't have control of it. So do you have like one sock on, one sock off? Do you do no socks? Do you sew with shoes? I'm just curious because I know, you know, everybody's a little bit different. So just curious on that one. I thought it was funny because there's always like one random sock in here at all times. Like I'll take it out at the end of the night, like when I'm done in here, but like there's always one in here. So then I go to do laundry and if I forget it in here, I'm like, where is this other sock? And it's in here with all my other things. But yeah, I'm just curious how you guys sew. Do you sew with shoes on? No socks, with a sock, one sock on, one sock off? Just let me know. So I'm just curious, just little things. But now we're going to sew some labels on here. Those aren't it. And I'm going to sew these on. I'm going to tape them so they'll stay in place. And then we'll put the first liner and the zipper on, and then we'll assemble all of these. So let's get started. So I've got them all sewn together and I've got the corners boxed out and I did the right size on these ones. So what we're gonna do, and I do French seams. So I know some people do bias tape, but I just do French seams because I feel like they're a little bit easier for me anyway. So I'm just gonna turn them right side out. And then we'll get all of the sides together. Bring them up. Just want to make sure all the liner is there and all that. And kind of like with the bias tape too, I'm assuming, so don't quote me, but I still have to check to make sure like everything is sewn correctly. You know, you don't want to have any holes or anything. So before I sew these together, I'll just do like kind of a double check and just make sure, you know, everything's looking good. So we'll sew that and then you flip it inside out and then you do it again. And these zippers actually worked perfectly. So I believe they were 18 inches. And those that I normally use for my smaller bags are 14 inches, but it just wasn't, it was just a little bit too small. So those are working perfectly. And I swear when any project I'm doing, I think I drop probably at least a minimum of 10 clips. Like it's just a minimum of 10, no matter what I'm doing, I'm always dropping them. So again, that's another thing that I, you know, pick up along with my socks when I'm done. All right, and then we'll just sew that up, turn it inside out, and then we'll pin it again, and then we'll sew it, and these are going to be done. So I'll show you the finished product. All right, we've got her two large essentials pouches finished. And I did have quite a bit of that fabric left over, so I'm going to make a couple special gifts for her as well. They're for, I believe, her and her mom. They're going on a cruise soon, so just want to have some gifts for them. But I'm going to work on a couple special gifts for them. It's going to be a surprise, so I can't show it. But I'm going to cut the pellon and then finish up these prayer quilts here. But I'm going to grab a bite to eat real quick, and then we'll get to cut. got all the prayer quilts finished. All the strings are cut and then the edges are pinked there. And I know that, oh, and I got the Pellon cut as well. But I know I didn't get a lot of projects actually finished, but I was happy to get the 2 bags done, these prayer quilts finished, and then at least get the projects ready for me to finish them. It's been a little bit of a rough week. My son has been sick, and then I ended up getting a kidney stone, and if anybody has had those, it is an absolute nightmare. I would not wish that on anybody. It's my 3rd one, and it's my own fault because I don't drink enough water, so I, end up with a kidney stone. So I wasn't able to get a lot of projects finished per se, but I got a lot of them like put together to be like assembled and put together. So I'm going to end the video here this week, but I appreciate you guys hanging out with me this week, and stay tuned for next Saturday's video because we will be actually putting all of these projects together and finishing them up for our market, which is, it's actually next week, but you guys will have this video, one more like market prep video, and then the one after that will be the market. It's just a smaller one in downtown Brooksville, nothing crazy, and then May is going to be our larger one, which is the Hernando County Blueberry Festival. It's 3 days, and they actually sent out an email saying that their Facebook engagement, I guess, is expecting 100,000 people throughout the weekend. So it's going to be huge, and I'm going to have a lot to do. So you guys are going to hopefully follow along with me on that journey. And I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. And don't forget to subscribe before you leave if you aren't. And I will see you guys next Saturday. Bye.